Let's get going, shall we? Ugh. Oh, me hand. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go. This is gonna be no reset. It's probably not gonna be full marathon commentary, but I'm gonna try a little bit. But this is kind of like, we're gonna do this, probably not the day stream thing, but we're gonna do a Yakuza 6 run a couple of times in the next couple of weeks, considering GDQ is coming up. Unless this Nagamo goes poorly. If this Nagamo goes poorly, that's a reset. You'll know the rules. It's no reset, but it is for Nagamo. Oh, nice. He actually got the dodge. That's really good. I was gonna say, I'd rather not hit the scooter, but I don't mind if I do. I don't want to hit this bike, but we are going to. So to make sure that he doesn't knock that bike out of my hand. The one's still up, that'd be great. No, it's not, of course. Not the best Nagamo, but we'll take it. If the electric scooter was still up, that would have taken him out almost instantly. Not fully, but it would have been enough to avoid having to use the heat attack. Oh well. That happens. Anyway, hello everybody, hope you are doing well today. It's a weird one. I know, usually we don't do day streams, but here we are. I was tempted to do a bit of 13 Sentinels as well, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish 13 Sentinels off stream and record it, and then put it up, because I kind of have to finish GDQ prep for this. What I might do over the course of 2 days is do an all cutscene playthrough of this, so that I can get refreshed on the plot. More importantly, the term Heihaisi, considering that's going to come up once or twice, and I keep forgetting it every single time. I'm hoping Tap will have my back on that as well. Even more GBF grinding counts are doing well, then yes. I was doing my GDQ. I was doing my GBF grinding yesterday. I've managed to get all the seraphic weapons to a base level 3 and almost level 4. Level 4 for fire, level 4 for wind, almost level 4 for water and earth. That's kind of what I'm currently working on. And I also uncapped my Lucifer to 4-star, which is something that I wanted to do a very long time ago, and I finally got around to doing it, because he gives me a heal. And now I have him in every single one of my grids, like I should have done from day one when I first got my first uncapped Lucifer, let alone my second. So, yeah. And then I've got him in my grid so that I've got him as like a nice heal. Like, he's in my dark grid for a nice heal for Predator self-sufficient shenanigans and keeping her alive and keeping everyone alive after a Zoe enmity burst, etc. So I wanted to do that, and I did that yesterday. I needed to grind 25 of each of the seraphic animas, and it was boring. And now I've got to do it again for the weapons. So, whoops. Oh well. Either way, we're gonna see as well if we get either of the big nasty crashes in this one. We got one of the PS4 crashes in this the other day, which is very bizarre because, as far as I'm aware, the PS4 crash at the graveyard doesn't happen on PS4 Pro, but for some reason does on PS5. It's not the worst one in the world because it only loses me about, probably about 45 seconds at most. So I'll have a safety save made afterwards for GDQ just in case, but it's so weird that that one exists. Legend Dragon, thank you for the 3 months, I appreciate it. Yep, early stream. You had a nice Christmas? No, it was kind of shit, actually. Christmas Day, I spent in bed completely collapsing because of the pizza that I had the other day, or the day before, and I'm fairly certain that's what caused me to have an insane amount of physical pain yesterday. Reason why I didn't stream yesterday was I was in a lot of physical pain, and I mean an insane amount of physical pain. Like, my stomach was in the same amount of pain that usually happens when I have gastroenteritis, and I didn't have anything to upset it from, like, since the pizza, so I'm kind of a little weirded out. A little weirded out by that guy somehow surviving as well. These things happen. But yeah, I've only been awake for, like, literally 30, 40 minutes at this point, so... yeah, we'll see how far my energy takes me on Zero Sleep. These cup of teas are gonna keep me alive during the day, that's my plan. I've redone my notes for Kiwami's new route up until chapter 9. Most of it is still the same, it's just different level ups. And because we get... The weird thing, and the thing that's going to be, the thing that's going to be the weirdest about this new route is that because we get more damage earlier, it also means that our tried and tested triple light strong combo to kill an enemy, now you can do it in a double light strong, which doesn't have the same kind of area impact as the triple light strong does, but it does kill people faster, and it can hit double and even triples. It's just harder. So... it's gonna be interesting. Certain people go down in one hit as well, including good old Gary Buster Holmes. Gary now goes down in a singular hit. Poor Gary. Love you, Gary, but you gotta go. And what I'm thinking for tomorrow as well, please don't move. Beautiful. What I'm thinking for tomorrow as well is more than likely go. Every time on that lad. What I'm thinking for tomorrow is probably a Like a Dragon speedrun. But basically, Kiwami and 4 did really well on the poll as well, that I thought I'd at least do Kiwami. 4 can go fuck itself. Excuse my language. 4, I'm still not touching after what happened the other day. So you're going to be waiting on that 4 run for a while. Although 4 on PS5, it would be a good idea to test, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Casino is calling. No. Don't make me do it. Good. Nah, everyone's moving. Really? Everyone here move as well? Normally you can get those 4 in one hit, so 2 hits is not great. Oh, well. Not optimal. Hey Drake. Here 4 on PS5 is a glitch that always makes you win gambling. Oh, if only. If only. If we could find a way to manipulate or at least figure out... oh, when our fight's won. Figure out what exactly the ball is going to land on. Because it's not visual. We've tried visual strats and it's not visual. If we could find a way to know if every time what is going to happen, then that would make Yakuza 4 runs infinitely nicer. We could always... the thing is, someone's probably going to look at the code of it when the PC version comes out in January. Hopefully. Hopefully. I really, really loathe 4 in its run because of that. I really do. If the like, pure and simple. If the gambling did not exist, I would do more Yakuza 4 runs. Pure and simple. Because Freeze isn't that bad, because Freeze wins most of the time. Outside of me being an idiot sometimes. I think the last 3 attempts I've ever done of a Yakuza 3 run I've had to win on my own accord, which is fucking insane. I hate it. Alright, I need to hit the other 2. Akiyama, do me a favor, don't hit him too early. Thank you. Love you. Beautiful. Hit it. Alright, good head. One of the only damage QTs in the entire game. Shame that. So cool. Yeah, guns. 13 illegal guns. We need 3 million, which, yes, that's the same amount you get from the Russian roulette sub-story with Tanamura. Ooh, nice gold. But that was a gold after that one fight having that missed hit. That's actually really nice. We need 13 illegal guns. We basically take from the Yakuza 3 speedrun, but the trouble is the 3 million we can get from Tanamura's sub-story, but Tanamura's sub-story requires you to do a different sub-story before that one, and that sub-story requires you to do 3 chases against 3 different people in 3 different locations, one of which is nowhere near where you end up going. So there's no quick and easy way to slot it in, unlike grabbing a singular amulet with Kiryu and then just going to do gambling. Because the other problem is, as well, is that the gambling is on the route of Kiryu, whereas with Tanamura, we'd have to go in the finale. So, not good. Not good. It's really rough. It's very, very rough. I've tried multiple times routing it in, but there's just no physical way to route it in a sensible state. If I ever got Yakuza 4 into a marathon, I would 100% do the Tanamura sub-story route, or at least have a safety save after the gambling and just show off, hey, this is how terrible Yakuza 4 is. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about this guy infinitely loading here. Oh my god, it's so nice. Tell you what, I can't... It's weird how it's colder than I usually feel during my night streams. I can't explain that because it's the middle of the day and the sun is shining. Kinda. It's behind those curtains, I guarantee you. It's just, you know, we ain't opening them right now. I really should, actually. I don't know why they are closed. Ooh, good fight spawn. Hell yeah, bye-bye. I'm glad it got the aggro on me as well, in case of the rare, very rare chance of a fight spawn here. It's very, very rare. You can get a fight spawn right here on the right, but not this time. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for, obviously, the remastered collection and 6 on PC. Very, very excited. I don't think much is going to change in terms of speed for 3 and 4. If I remember, Yakuza 3 Remaster only has 1 load screen, which is like an hour in. So I don't think that Yakuza 3 is going to change all that much. Yakuza 4, I don't remember any load screens at all. The one thing that I am really hoping from Yakuza 4's PC port, and I am desperately hoping for this, they eliminate that absolutely unnecessary menu delay. That menu delay is terrible. That is another thing that will get me to run Yakuza 4 more, is if they get rid of the menu delay on the PC version. Like, 100%. I can't describe how bad the menu delay is on Yakuza 4 for Remaster. It's like a second one. There's a second between each input before you're allowed to actually move. It's ridiculous. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's a shame, because Yakuza 4 Remaster is phenomenal. Like, really phenomenal. But that artificial menu delay is dumb. So I'm really hoping the PC version gets rid of it. I don't think it will, but I really hope it is. The reason why I think that the menu delay is there is probably because of the delayed Kiryu moving reaction. Probably the delayed 3D map loading in. Ugh. How's my cup of tea cold already? I only had it for 15 minutes. Hey, walking past the vending machine. With me, my CC Lemon. For those who haven't seen the Yakuza 6 run before, the reason why we're getting CC Lemon is that CC Lemon is the strongest attack drink in the entire game, and it also adds an absolutely genuine, insane amount of knockback to every single one of our attacks. Hey Poppy, yes, early stream. Early stream, because I'm awake looking after the dog, who is currently asleep next to me. She's really weird, because she doesn't usually like to stay asleep next to me when I'm streaming. Here we are. That should be a good split as well. Lost half a second. Fair enough. Not too bad. Golden Lab. She's pretty old at this point. She's like... I think she's 10 years old. She actually had, she gets epileptic fits every so often. She had one the other day. Not one of her really severe ones. Usually when she has a severe one, it's when she's, laying down and she's, like, just woken up or something. But no, actually, she had one while she was standing up, which is really weird. And she kind of just shook it off almost instantly, which is unlike her, but good on her. Ugh, I'm done with that. That's cold now. But you'll see a return of the cup of tea later on tonight when we do a Yakuza Kiwami run. Either way, here comes our first level up of the run. So we're going to go into our phone. We're going to get 4 attacks. We're going to get combo speed 1 and heat attack level 1. Heat attack level 1 allows us to do more damage with heat actions, but also when we're doing our extreme heat actions, so the one where we either punch them or kick them, etc. Combo speed should be pretty obvious. And then attack should also be pretty obvious as well. Because here comes Nagano! And we're going to do a level up after we finish Nagano. And I'm not going to forget to get the beer this time, am I? I'm definitely not going to forget to get the beer this time. Alright, Nagano. Play nice. Come this way. Trying to push him over here for the other bike. It's unfortunate. 2 free hits into an extreme heat. Should be decently fast. Good stuff. Yeah, you bounce on out of here. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Alright. Good hit. Right, so we've got a little bit of housekeeping to do here. We're going to do a level up in a second. First, we're going to go up this ladder. I'm going to grab the safe key that's at the very top of this ladder. This safe key is going to allow us to get an item real quick. So let's grab you. Head down the ladder. Head into our alleyway. Dash attack, dash attack, dash attack, dash attack, dash attack. Stop forgetting it. Open up the safe. This is going to give us the first of our 2 equipment that we need. First up being the bloody fundoshi, which you're about to see real quick. It'll be a little hard to see via my splits on the right, but have a look at that. Our defense went down to 80. We're going to get dash attack, and then I'm going to get a bit of attack while I'm here. And, of course, I forgot, sprint level 3. Always forget sprint level 3. The next section is not going to look like we're using up our sprint. Actually, do we need it, considering... I know we need it for later, obviously, but I don't know if we need it. The beer. The important thing, the beer. So notice in the top left how there's a number instead of a timer next to the attack. That's because Shoryu beer or certain drinks in cans give you a dedicated amount of hits to the actual attack buff. Beer, again, as we said, isn't as strong as CC Lemon, but it's the strongest attack buff outside of CC Lemon that we can get over there. And the other nicer thing is that obviously it makes us slightly drunk, as you can see on the left, which generates a lot more heat a lot quicker. But we're going to need to... every part from this part onwards, we're going to have Haruto in our hands, which means that we can't actually grab a drink with Kiryu, which means we need to stack a long time drink that's going to last, and CC Lemon does not last long enough. So Shoryu Beer does. Hey Nara, hope you're doing well. But it looks like we're not actually running here. We are running. This is using up our stamina, hence why we need sprint level 3. If we didn't level up sprint level 3, we'd have ran out of stamina by now. We're also going to need it for a little bit ahead here. I always do that level up weirdly, even though it's like one of the most basic ones in the run. So weird. You'll know how... So it might not look like it, but we're actually pushing Ino along a tiny bit. Oh. No, I forgot to set something up. I can't see my alerts. Hey Admin, hope you're doing well today. I assume that was you who hosted. Thank you for the host. I'll check in a second when I can, when I quit out in a second. So here's what's gonna happen. There's 4 NPCs to speak to. We're gonna speak to this guy. We need to look after Haruto real quick. What you do here is you are supposed to play a minigame called Shake the Baby. Here's what we're gonna do. Not that. I'll probably do it once in the GDQ run to show off what it is to everybody. So what you want to do is you want to go into your menu real quick. I didn't mean to leave it there. Quit out, because then via quitting out, we can actually skip this internal timer that it's on. And thank you for the host. So Shake the Baby is on an internal timer. By doing this, we actually skip past having to wait for that internal timer to go ahead. And now you can see that the Shake the Baby that we're supposed to have here doesn't actually occur. This is probably the one that I'll do for GDQ just to show off. Oh hey, here's this minigame. It's kind of cool, but in speedrun terms is annoying, and then I'll skip the second one. How long did you nap? Don't worry, it's not evening time. Don't you worry, it's still daytime. It's a good 7 hours before I usually stream. But I'm awake during the day, looking after the dog, who literally has put her head under her paw to say, "Shut up, I want to sleep." She does this. She's like me. She wants sleep. She wants peace and quiet. Okay, so as we're running along here, you'll see at the bottom right we are auto-saving, which is good because now we're going to quit out. Just waiting for that auto-save to go through. And there we go. But this skips us Shake the Baby. Now, with better loads, I feel like it's a little quicker to skip Shake the Baby. On base PS4, you can go a little faster if you get a perfect Shake the Baby. Which is, not easy. With the second Shake the Baby, it's usually only shake or swing, which is what you want. With the first Shake the Baby, there's a lot more chance to get things like rubs. Rubs is awful. Rubs takes the touchpad like 20 years to actually recognize you're doing it. Hence why we don't want to do Shake the Baby in the slightest. Hey Lum, yep, early stream. So I'm going to run past Drunk Yakuza. This guy has one of the highest dodge rates in the entire game. That's why we run past to make it so that he attacks, and then we can hit him with a flower pot in the middle of his attack animation, and he won't dodge it. I'm not even joking, he has one of the highest dodges in the entire game. That man is impressive. Like, the only other person that dodges that much is probably Nagamo. Like, first Nagamo. But either way, you can see we're down to 23 hits left on our attack buff, which is perfect because coming up next is going to be a boss fight. And because we're on level 3 sprint, we can get back to our apartment just before we run out of stamina, which is absolutely lovely. Next up, baseball. It's time for some baseball. Now, you can get this thing that we like to call the God Taxi, which is when you leave your apartment, you have a taxi literally like coming down the street or right behind you or already here. God Taxi is not what we want to see at this point, because where we're going, which is Mama Kiyomi's bar, we can't actually get a good taxi spot next to her. So we're hoping that it doesn't turn up at this bit, but the bits after this. The only closest taxi spot that you can get to Mama Kiyomi's actually puts you in the middle of a fight spawn. During this bit right here, with with Haruto in your hands, there's actually fixed sets enemy spawns, and 2 of those are in the closest taxi spots. Hence why you don't want a taxi at this point. Hence why a gold taxi at this point is really terrible. Anyway, baseball. Actually, I wonder if taxiing here is smarter. You know, I've never timed it. Because you could taxi right here. That's food for thought right there. That's food for thought. I need to time that. I'm surprised I've never timed it. Either way, it's time for baseball, except this baseball is a little different. It's an amazing cutscene. I should have submitted that one for GDQ as well, but we only had the choice of the one, and, rugby baby. Good hit on Yuta as well. Yuta's dead. So that's early? Nope, 7 hours early. Alright, so we're gonna run over here, specifically away from the trash can, in case Nagamo does that. Nagamo is throwing baseballs. Hit both Matsunaga and Yuta. That's unfortunate. We'll have to do this the old-fashioned way then. Well, it's in the block. The trash can itself will have taken Nagamo out in one hit. What was 8 seconds there, really? Huh. But now I lost that much time. Curious. I don't know actually how I lost 8 seconds there. Interesting. The trash can would have lost me like 3-4 seconds. It wouldn't have lost me the full 8. Interesting. But either way, that's us giving Nagamo some more justice. Again, Kiyomi's bar, we don't want to see a god taxi because there's nowhere we can taxi close to, unfortunately. Unfortunately, doesn't look like there is one. And we can run along the right-hand side of the road here for the very last time during the run. Every time we run down this road when it's daytime, there is a business minigame sub-story on that road for baseball. So we're going to want to make sure that we don't run into that at any point. So if you remember the cutscenes at the very start of the game, you recognize that right there. That is basically after we beat up Nagamo for the first time, quotation marks. It's actually technically the third time, but it is the first time. Timey-wimey shenanigans. Either way, we need to go and help Nagamo. This guy called Masazoe, who you saw on screen for very couple of seconds there, has taken Nagamo away because Nagamo won't get the protection money from Kiyomi's because Nagamo has a thing for Kiyomi. So we're going to get our second piece of equipment here, and I want you to watch the stats on the right-hand side of the screen. What we're going to do is we're going to go up these stairs, grab the safe key in someone's letterbox, you know, just pillaging someone's post. Go in here and open this safe next to the grenade on the right-hand side. And we're going to get the bloody binding. Going to our equipment, we are going to equip the bloody binding, and you might have seen that our defense dropped to 50. So all of your stats start at a base 100. With the 2 pieces of equipment that we put on, we have dropped our defense to literally half of its original value, and we're not going to get anything to supplement for that. Which, even though we're running on easy, means that during late game, we're going to be dying in 3 hits to any enemies. So, we're going to have to be a little careful. So we're going to run up here, and we're going to find Nagamo being accosted by Masazoe and a couple of goons. Yakuza! Here is an exception to the rule. Masazoe will not show off his mid-fight QTE, provided you finish him first, and Masazoe's mid-fight QTE is to revive all of the enemy that are in this fight. Cancel out. Lovely jubbly. Good fight. So, every Masazoe fight is the exception to the rule of having to see every mid-fight QTE, in that we do not want to see Masazoe's mid-fight QTE. So all you want to do is aim for Masazoe first. By doing that, as you'll see, he'll go down, and you won't have to worry about him summoning reinforcements again. Like, if he summons reinforcements, that's probably like a 10-second time loss. Like, it's pretty big. So you really don't want to see it. So, either way, trouble's going on in the bar that they own, Morino, so we're going to go over there and give them a hand. We need an attack drink to last for a while during this next segment, and CC Lemon will last just long enough if we stagger its first usage until we get outside the story point, and hopefully there's no fight spawn. There is not. Good. There's a fight spawn here. You have to drink it and use the vending machine, which makes things a bit tighter for time, but not too bad. Perfect. I hate this place because the fight spawn in this place is kind of horrible to deal with. If I lived in the EU, I don't know. Hey, Slux, I hope you're doing well. So we're going to grab the bar stool on the left because it's got a way better attack pattern than anything else in this room. That man went flying. Huzzah. Oh, I forgot there was a fight. There was a heat attack here. Oh, well. Slow, but, you know, it looked cool, I guess. Which is the most important thing, I suppose. Anyway, dealt with them. Now we're going to go to Mamakiyomi's and go grab Haruto. So every point from this point on is when we're hoping for a god taxi, because we never go directly to Mamakiyomi's anymore after this. We go directly to the Masazoe family, the Hirose family office. The Hirose family is the Yakuza family that Nagamo, Yuta, Tagashiro, Matsunaga belong to. You might have recognized Yuta's actor. He is a famous actor. You may have seen him in the Battle Royale movies, the actual good ones. Not that there are any others. You'll also recognize Patriarch Hirose at one point. You'll be seeing him in about 20 minutes' time. Also some famous actor you may or may not have heard of. Wow, look, I don't know how that passed me by, actually. I actually don't know how that passed me by. So here's where we're hoping for a god taxi. We hope to go outside and just see that beautiful yellow taxi. We have to go on this side of the road not to trigger baseball. There's no taxi behind me, so I'm just going to keep running. Because you can see that we have to go to the Hirose family office, and because we're carrying Haruto, we actually walk a lot slower than we usually do. Hence why a god taxi, like right as we leave the house, is perfect, because we can just get in the taxi and go right outside of the Hirose family office. Like, it's still a lot faster, even here, to go up to this taxi and use this taxi. That's how slow it is running with Haruto. That's why we go here. So, anytime you can get an early taxi is phenomenal. Like, really, really phenomenal. But it doesn't happen very often. It's complete RNG. So we bring Haruto to the Hirose family, and we basically say, you know, we're looking for what is our daughter. Have you ever seen her? And we show them a picture of Haruka, and they're all like, huh, no, never seen her before, which... Bad liars. Very bad liars. Either way, we need to go to Runan Shrine with Kiyomi. You're going to see on the minimap there's a bunch of enemies in the way. There is only one pathway you can actually go here, which is the correct pathway that the game takes you on anyway. You can take care of some of the enemy spawns here, like that one down there, but there's actually a barrier blocking you from going that way. So it's still faster to go the actual route the game wants you to go. Otherwise, we'd be going through that giant group of enemies right there. And during GDQ, this right here is the perfect time for donations. I'll obviously throw it over to donations a little earlier than this, but this will be like another absolutely perfect spot. Because there's not much that happens during this bit other than get to the point quickly and just make sure you try not to lose your attack drink. Let's see if this fight plays nice. There's one guy in this fight at the back who usually runs away. Very nice. Very nice. We'll take that. We will absolutely take that.
Kiryu-san, こっち.
Exactly, but like this bit just running up to the shrine as well. It's like there's a massive time just to get like donations in and stuff like that. I'll basically tell my donation reader at this point, just go ham. Like, just, you've got like a minute to 2 minutes, just go absolutely ham. I'll say, like, just go ham until we hit the shrine and then we'll take over from there. Alright, so, we drop off Kiyomi and Haruto at the shrine, and we're going to go to Morino to speak to the guys. On the way past, we are going to hit a sub-story. Once again, because this is the Dragon Engine in the first game. In the Dragon Engine, we can skip 95% of all cutscenes, which means we can just skip the starting introduction cutscene for that sub-story. What we're now going to do is we're going to run over here, because we've got to go to Morino, which is in the middle of the city. We're going to grab a small attack buff on the way. One of these spawn them as well, please. Thank you, vending machine. Get rid of them with a Shoryu beer. Gives us attack, makes us drunk, and also gets rid of enemies. Perfect. Drink all your troubles away, literally. Either way, we're going to apologize to everybody, especially Matanaga, for having, you know, caused some trouble with Master Zoe. We've been in the Yakuza long enough to know that how this all works and that everyone's in trouble. And now we're going to fight Yuta and Takashira. This is the one and only time you fight Takashira. We're going to grab this, going to hit the both of them. Cool, thanks Yuta. Don't appreciate that. Bad fight. We're going to lose a whole bunch of time here. An actual awful fight. You can get a good angle here and hit the both of them at the same attack, but it is a little hard to do, so I'm just going to take care of you first, because Takashira is on one hit. Thanks. I only lost 3 seconds, despite that being a very, very bad fight. That was terrible. Like, I can't tell you how terrible that was. Hey, Matsunaga has gone to do something silly. He's gone to apologize for everything. So what we're going to do, there's usually a fight spawn on the road to the left, which there isn't for once. But we need a little more than 18 hits for this next fight, as you're about to see. So CC limit it up. The trigger for the fight is right in front of us, so don't run forward. Yep. Once again, this is Master Zoe. This is the second and final time we're fighting Master Zoe. And a whole bunch of people. Once again, if we take down Master Zoe, he's going to get everybody or a lot of them back up. Start with this bike. You can aim for Master Zoe once, hit a bunch of enemies, and then... Oh, that's terrible. Go for Master Zoe again. Alright, if you're gonna do this... If you're gonna be awkward about it... then we just have to improvise. Usually you can take him out with the third hit of the bike, but didn't go too well. Hence why time loss. Anyway, we need to go back to our apartment to sleep, so we're going to go and taxi down the end of the road again. Taxiing as well will also put us right into the trigger for the next cutscene, which is really nice. My dog is staring at me, telling me to shut up. Don't have to stay in here, you know. Love you. She's just staring at me. She thinks that I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to myself. You all exist. You all definitely exist. I know you all exist. Either way, this is a very, very long split. So, Nagamo finally confirms to us that actually Haruka was in town. Kiryu kind of knew that, you know, they knew because of their reaction and how terrible it was. Now, we need again an attack buff to last through this next big minigame set piece. So what we're going to do is going to grab a beer because it actually lasts long enough, whereas CC Lemon does not. This is the Justice that we met earlier. Now we're over here in Onamichi. I hope I can get both of them in one hit. Oh. I do love that kick when it hits the both of them. That is one of the most satisfying hits in the entire game. That it's a really hard angle to line up. Either way, that's Joe on the floor. Joe is going to introduce us to a minigame that was first introduced in Yakuza 6 called the Clan Creator. So the Clan Creator is kind of a top-down RTS, kind of. It's... If you remember the Yakuza Kiwami 2 run at SGDQ, that was more tower defense. This one is more direct and to the point. It's a lot faster. It's a lot less random than the SGDQ one. So it's going to work in similar but kind of different ways. You're going to see a whole bunch of people in set places. We just have to go and beat the boss. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the battle. We're going to send the first of our special 3 units. Move up a little bit. We want this guy to be spawned as quickly as possible. And the more important thing is we want the second guy to drag this guy away from the boss. So I'm going to keep hitting X here to make sure that he goes over. And then we want Joe. Joe, we're going to drag all the way to the end. We'll drag another couple of normal ads as well. We can summon basically normal enemies. We want to make sure we hit the boss with Joe. That's the important part. Hitting everybody else is a nice benefit. 426 is good. Full 26 is very good. I'll take that. And that's that. It's a lot quicker and a lot less stressful than Kiwami 2's. Kiwami 2's, even though, like, we found how to do the 49 after my SGDQ run, and it's still very random. You can get anywhere between, like, a 49 to, like, a minute 5, just depending on how the enemies react. And if your own units let the enemies through, which is completely random and sometimes happens and is very annoying. My dog just farted. And then left the room. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Not the person I wanted to hit, but we'll improvise. I wanted to wait to hope that they took out the other guy because I knew the third gunshot would take care of the last guy, so that actually turned into a decent fight. You want to try and hit both gun guys, but yeah, because you only get 3... So because this is the first game in the Dragon Engine, I should probably talk about weapons. Wrestlers, by the way. Weapons in the Dragon Engine are weird. In Yakuza 6, they're especially weird because Yakuza 6 was the first game in the Dragon Engine, so every single weapon, for some reason, only has 3 hits attached to it. Which includes guns with only 3 bullets. Oop. I forgot that was the end. Time for a big level up. So we're going to go over here, and more importantly, we're going to go and grab ourselves Blitz Vending Machine Drink 1 and 2. You have to do that before grabbing the drink. We're going to grab here Collateral and Charge, and then pump everything into attack. So Collateral is more damage to the first enemy after the first enemy that you hit, which makes throwing enemies in this game insanely strong. Throwing in this game was already, like, insanely strong, but adding Collateral on top of that makes everything way stronger. And I mean way stronger. So, Collateral is insanely good. And then obviously everything else should be as advised. Charge attack is a charge attack. We're going to use that for certain boss strategies later on. Vending machine drinks buff the damage output of your drinks by a certain percentage and extends them for 30 seconds every level. And you have to make sure you get the actual drink before... No, you get the actual upgrade before you get the drink because it's not retroactive after you've picked up the drink. So, as long as you get it before the drink, everything's good. And because of that, we should be able to keep our CC Lemon for a very long time here because we're about to get into a very, very large set piece. So, Kiyomi here is going to get taken away by Somiya up to a hotel to discuss some business because Kiyomi is Somiya's ex-wife. Nagamo is a little upset about this fact. You're about to see Patriarch Hirose on the right there. You might recognize him. Yes, he is. This lad is Beat Takeshi. And we're going to go and raid the place. And this is our next big set piece. Hoping for no Nagamo shenanigans this time, because we've had Nagamo shenanigans a couple of times. So we're going to start by doing a running dropkick. That sucks, going to hit one person. Ideally use the plants at the start here, because the plants have an insanely massive hit area. Look at that. Hoping they have him. They did. Nice. So one of the nice things about the Dragon Engine is that your NPC allies are actually pretty useful. They're pretty decent, not going to lie. Sometimes they won't be. So here we have to check every single room to see if we can find Kiyomi, which means, of course, punching the doors in true Yakuza fashion. So here we're going to try and hit every enemy with a single attack. In that first room, if one of them survived, because they're the smaller enemies, we can actually leave them to Nagamo. But you will get a combination of small and large enemies, and if there are larger enemies, we cannot leave them to Nagamo. That's a satisfying kick right there. That's very good. Me out with the others, they didn't find it, so up to the next floor. And this next floor is where we're going to start getting the larger enemies. Now, the larger enemies Nagamo struggles to deal with unless you weaken them first. So because that's a singular enemy and you have to walk into the room to get the trigger, we're going to hope that Nagamo deals with them. We, however, are going to deal with the rest of the enemies. Again, we can use a charge attack to take care of everybody else. Nagamo dealt with that guy. You cannot leave Nagamo with a large lad on his own. I'm actually going to hope that he takes care of him, which he did. Good job. He should have done because, you know, he had the start. And because we hit both of the large lands at the same time, you'll see they went down unlike the large land earlier. That is the full effects of collateral. Because I hit the other enemy alongside the first enemy, it meant that they both went down rather than only one of them going down. Hence why collateral was important, folks. Collateral is very important. Waiting for that text earlier, god damn. Alright, so they're gonna, all three of them are gonna deal with that guy while us and Nagamo run up to the top. We're gonna go and check the sauna for Kiyomi. I'm still surprised this game got into GDQ considering sauna scene and Hangman, but yeah, I guess. Grab the plant beforehand, because we can actually take this plant into the fight with us, which is going to make things go a whole lot faster. Very shiny men. So, is this Somia? Nope. I feel like this scene is kind of like an unintentional reference to Yakuza Ishin that has its own sauna scene. It's not the same at all, considering Ishin's sauna scene is pretty amazing. If you would like to get together, that'd be great. That's what we call a good fight. That is a very, very good fight. As I said, throwing things in this game is insanely good. Like, insanely, insanely good. That was a very, very good fight. This actually keeps our attack buff for the next fight, which very rarely happens. I mean, very rarely. You can tell how well you're doing depending on how much attack buff you've got left at this point. It usually wears off in this cutscene, so to still have it at this point is actually really good. This is a good split. So, those three couldn't deal with one person. So, we're going to run over to this plant on the left. I might be able to take care of everybody in one hit at this point. These always go down in one hit, but now... Nice, he went down in one hit. That's perfect. Did that just dodge me? I feel like he did. Okay, we should be using the plant here for the rest of the enemies. That's unfortunate. You don't want the lamp. Lamp is bad. Sorry, GDQ lamp lovers. Lamp is terrible. These guards are not useful. This went from a good set piece to a bad set piece. A very bad set piece. Ouch. It was very good up until this bit. I should have gone for the house plant on the left and aimed for him first, but go with a large HP, but I didn't. I had a suspicion I'd be able to deal with everybody else quicker, and I did not. So for safety, grab this healing item. Because you don't... We might have bentos, but you don't get that many healing items in the run, and by God, you're going to need them. Alright, Somia fight. Somia is an interesting character, because as you can see, despite the fact that he is part of the Somia family of the Tojo clan, he doesn't have any ink on his back. He believes that modern-day Yakuza should show their power through money and influence, rather than the ink on their back. He's very much a modern Yakuza rather than an old-school Yakuza like everybody else. Good start. He has iframes, wait, push him to the left. Wanted the other chair, which is a shame, but that's fine. Good Somia. Good set piece. Apart from that fight, that one fight near the end, very good set piece. Like, very, very good set piece. Alright, so we meet the president of Iwami Shipbuilding, Iwami Senior. We also meet Iwami Junior, who will be punching in about an hour and a half time. Essentially, Iwami Shipbuilding is a giant front for a massive Yakuza organization called the Yomei Alliance. It's the big Yakuza group here in Onomichi, or Hiroshima, I should say. And they wanted Kiryu being ex-Tojo 4th chairman to oversee a pact between the Hirose family and the Tojo clan, at which point Kiryu just says, I don't care, I'm not part of the Tojo anymore, leave me alone. And unfortunately, they threatened Kiryu with, well, if we don't oversee the pact with the Tojo, we're going to go to the next biggest Yakuza organization, which happens to be the Omi Alliance, which, I mean, you'll know the Omi at this point. They're the largest Yakuza group outside of the Tojo. They're our big kind of rivals in the Yakuza games, blah, blah, blah. We're going to taxi back to our apartment as soon as we're going to get there. Hi, Joe. Go away, Joe. Not doing any more clan creator. Joe says, wouldn't it be ironic if we were to meet in Kamurocho? Because I definitely don't have any reason to be in Kamurocho, and neither do you. Haha. Well, here we are in Kamurocho. We're looking for the father of Haruka's baby. We believe that is a friend of Nagamo and Yuta's called Tatsukawa. I'm going to grab myself some heat action, and then I'm going to grab... Actually, I wanted the combo speed. Oh, well. Never mind. I messed up. We'll just get some more attack. We can't get any vending machine drink upgrade just yet, so we'll hold off on that for later. But this is the first time that... That's a bad turn. Ooh, we got lucky. This is the first time that Yuta and Nagamo have ever been in the big city, full of blinding lights, beautiful neon-lit backscape, etc. I'm gonna go to Cafe Alps. Kiryu knows this place like the back of his hand. He's been here for like 7 games at this point, let's be honest. So, Tatsukawa came to Kamurocho to be a host, and where do you go when you want information on hosts? It is, of course, Stardust. We're gonna go and see our old friends, Yuya and Kazuki. This fight spawn shouldn't be a problem because this is an area trigger. So as long as we run past, we walk into the area trigger and it just loads up the next cutscene instead and cancels out the fight. So there's 2 types of triggers. There's area triggers and confirmation triggers. Confirmation triggers are stuff like your taxis, your vending machines. You cannot do a confirmation trigger if you're in the middle of a fight, but area triggers you can. So we meet Yuya, who's turned into an office worker, and we meet this lad, Jungi Han. Absolutely beautiful. Love this lad. Best fight theme in the entire game. He has taken over Stardust. And he belongs to an organization that you might remember if you watched the SGDQ Kiwami 2 run called the Jingwon Mafia. Yep. The very same Jingwon Mafia that never forgives and never forgets. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over to Stardust now because he has graciously offered us an invitation into the new and improved Stardust. And we're getting a CC lemon for, you know, a reason here. Start chugging a drink. It's via this manhole cover where the area trigger is. Hey, it's effective. Hope you're doing well. So this fight has been unintentionally aggressive for the last couple of runs, so I'm just going to preemptively attack here for once. Lovely, I took care of the main baddies in this one, which is the worst ones. As I said earlier, throwing enemies is, as you can see, disgustingly good. Collateral makes taking out enemies with thrown enemies insanely good. I'd rather you didn't run because I need to throw you, sir. Nagamo should have him. Or not somehow. This is why you give him a little tap just in case. Either way, that is the end of that. Nagamo is going to stay behind and deal with some more enemies, and us and you are going to go to Stardust. Keep an eye on my mini-map because this is a very popular fight spawn spot. It's in a very unfortunate situation. That's got to go. This, I believe, is a confirmation trigger. It might be area, actually. It's area. Okay, good to know for the future. It is area. Right. Now for one of my favorite fights of the entire game. With the best fight theme of the entire game. So one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite fights of the entire game is that there's no weapons around, there's no shenanigans, it's you and Jungi Han. Lovely. So we're going to let Jungi Han do his mid-fight QTE. Come on, you have to hit him once sometimes. You're going to lose a little bit of time here, it looks like. As you can see, he's on 1 HP. You have to get everyone to 1 HP before you can end the fight, and not surprised. My menuing was bad in that fight there. It wasn't the greatest. But I really like that fight because there's no shenanigans. It's a literal fist fight. If you play this game on a harder difficulty setting and not with insanely good gear at this point, it is actually a genuinely hard fight. This is the part where enemies are going to start doing some real damage to us. So this is the part where we have to start worrying about the fact that we're down to 50 defense. Our HP is obviously not up to scratch as you would be in the actual game if you were playing this yourself. So this is the part where we just have to start worrying about fights and stuff like that. This is a sub-story. We don't have to deal with this. This again would be a very good point for donations during the GDQ run, because we found where Tatsukawa lives. We're going to go over there, but we're going to find that Tatsukawa has been killed by Ed of the Sayo Triad. And then, yeah, it'd be like, this is a good time for donations, blah, blah, blah. Because all it is a whole bunch of ending the chapter and not much else. There's like a couple of points where I know I'm going to throw over to donations deliberately, and then there's a bunch of times where I'll be like, if like we're making good time, I'll just throw it over then as well. But this is one of those hard times where we definitely are because of like how long these load times are going into the next chapter. Lovely. This is actually quite this is one of the longest splits in the entire run actually. It's a big decent set piece. It's not the biggest set piece in the world, but it's pretty good. I'm actually going to try something a little different. I usually don't level up before the set piece, but I'm going to. So on base PS4, you can actually get away with not using this vending machine here, because sometimes these enemies won't spawn in time because of how weak base PS4 is. But on PS4 Pro and PS5, you actually have to despawn those enemies. Fun fact. That was the biggest shock of running on PS5 over base PS4 for me, was that fight spawn right there. It was the worst, and this is why we don't get a drink just yet, is because, hey, guess what? It's Joe. Hi, Joe. That's how much we want to get rid of Joe. We're just going to jump out of the cafe. So Joe wants us to do Clan Creator in Kamurocho. No. And then we're just going to carry on. We are on the way going to grab this vending machine, grab the CC Lemon, as you can probably guess. Need it for a fight. There's a fight spawn around the corner, which means I'm going to have to chug this CC Lemon right now. They're going to see me if I run close to them, so I have to despawn them with this vending machine. And then we get back. Yuta and Nagamo are going to be sad because Tatsukawa was their friend, and obviously he's dead. So we're going to go and meet up with our old friend Akiyama over in the sewers. Also, if you're wondering where Daigo and Majima are and Saejima are during all of this, they're in jail. Once again, Saijima's in bloomin' jail. Act surprised. Usually you know exactly where they are, but nope, this time they're in jail. At this point, Saejima just lives there. Pretty much. That was an interesting god taxi. That was indeed a god taxi that just went by us, which, again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, we're going down to the sewers. Bad god taxi. The trigger is actually around the corner there, so you can hit it to the right if you go to those cones. So the Sayo Triad are also after Akiyama, and of course we kind of led them down here the first time. Whoops. So we're going to run past them, hopefully we don't get hit. Hopefully we don't get hit, he says. You can see that the enemy's weapons also have free hits to their durability. Mo, if you'd like to, yeah, come over, I'd appreciate that. Bad fight. Usually you can take care of them in one hit. Free hits is terrible. Very terrible. Usually you don't get hit by the crowbar guy. I used to go for the barrels and stuff to the right. I might start doing that again. Because here's what I've noticed. From going from base PS4 to PS5, enemy spawns are actually more aggressive. They start off more aggressive and they start attacking you earlier. It's something that I noticed originally beginning with the big set piece in the chapter before, but it happens in every single fight. Enemies actually start way more aggressively on PS4, and I'm assuming PS4 Pro as well. So my old strategies that worked on base PS4 don't fully work for some fights on PS5 and PS4 Pro. So, fun that. Traveling through time fighting the Sengoku era. Yeah, they're just having a nice dream about Ishin in jail. So we're going to go to the Apple Hotel to meet Akiyama, which is right over here. This, again, would be a very good time. It's quite soon after the last time we threw it over to donations, but this would be a very good time for donations because we've got a very long bad fight spawn. Okay, they did notice me somehow. We've got a very long walking segment here. Like, it's just a walking segment. There's nothing we can do. So again, this would be another good time just to throw it over, just be like, hey, donations, hey. An incentive train, yep, because the incentive that I, it's a walk into me. The incentive that I put forward towards this is unsurprisingly Rugby Baby. Yep, that cutscene, of course. So we're gonna grab this bike on the right, hit all 3 of these with 1 attack, and then hopefully everyone else will get together here. Sometimes they don't. Good push. Very good push. The guy at the front, when you push him, sometimes he can go to the left or the right, and then you'll miss him when you go for the other 2. So we can't get past this sub-story, sadly. Hopefully you're all here for some more shameless product placement. Boy, I sure would like a gym membership right about now, wouldn't you? So, this is Rise Up. This is an actual gym in Japan. In Yakuza 6, you can use it to get kind of strong. We're not going to. So, what happens with Rise Up is, for the first fight after you've done your Rise Up training, you get incredibly strong. Which sounds like it would be useful for certain bosses in the run, right? No, because the trouble with Rise Up is, one, you have to go and eat the food that they want you to go and eat, and you have to do a couple of minigames on top of that as well. The trouble as well is that when you do the Rise Up thing for the very first time, you get into a fight with an old friend called Sadachi. Now, when you do the Sadachi fight, he then appears on the map, and he is another walking obstacle that we have to deal with. He is a really easy fight. He is also one of 2 requirements for Amon. There's only very few Yakuza games that have different Amon requirements outside of all sub-stories. Yakuza 6 is one of them. Yakuza Like a Dragon is another one. Street. So, you know. You do actually want to go to the gym. I find it funny that I signed up for the gym and then it got cancelled 5 days later because of coronavirus. It was the year where I'd finally gotten around to being all confident and being like, you know, I can do this. I can go to the gym. You know, I'm going to finally make myself super fit, etc. Good thing I bought Ring Fit last year, huh? Hey, before I grab this drink, I'm going to do something that I don't usually do here, and that's level up. So I'm leveling up because I'm hoping for 1, the drink to last a tiny bit longer, and 2, to have enough damage during 2 or 3 of these upcoming fights. This is going to be interesting because this could change the Ed fight. And if it changes the Ed fight in a bad way, this is not a good thing. So we'll see. One-time viewer, 4th-time runner. Gives me great joy to view a great cause. Greetings from friends. Please view the donation. Save the Germany. Oh, nice, Eli. Clip your nails. I had to do my... Oh, God. So, you know how I've got, like, really small fingers in the first place? I've got even smaller toes. My toes, especially my big toes, very frequently get... Like, because they're so small, frequently get ingrowing toenails. My big toes especially. I had to deal with another ingrowing toenail yesterday. I've gotten so used to, like, cutting my nails at a certain angle to have to dig it out of my own skin. It's horrible. Yeah. There is always blood. It is always painful. And I have to do my nails, like, pretty much every, like, 2-3 weeks, because they grow in stupidly fast. Stupidly fast. Try and stay to the right of Akiyama there so he doesn't push you backwards. If you stay to his left, there's a bigger invisible hitbox that pushes you back. That saves you literally a second or two, and I'm not even joking. You'd think I would be, but I'm not. Just these little things. Alright. The nails are chipped, they need to clip. That's true. My nails are looking okay apart from two of them. These two at the minute, I'm not flicking you off, I swear. These two at the minute are kind of long on either side here. So I need to actually tidy those up a little bit. All my other nails are fine. Not flicking you off, I promise. I just realized what I was doing. Just throwing my fingers up to the screen. So what we're going to do here is going to break this in hopes that the chef actually comes over to us. That's the good stuff right there. Hey Toxic, hope you're doing well. Clip your nails. I need to. They just, my nails grow in like weird angles, also very quickly. Yes, I'm not flicking you off, I promise. We're just having a discussion on nails. I just showed off my nails. Nice hit, Akiyama. Good job. So the only trouble with this room is you have to walk back to the door. So you kind of want to end the fight like as close to this door as you can, but it's really hard because you start with your back facing the door, and then obviously you have one person left to still deal with. But the level up that I did in this chapter would replace the level up that I usually do in the next chapter. I might get combo speed up actually, because that's something that would actually help out a little bit. Oh, no, actually no. In the next, the only fight we do in the next chapter with an actual normal combo is Somiya, so it wouldn't. That's why I didn't mean to grab that, but for marathon safety, I'll be grabbing that. Like. That's why, like, combo speed isn't necessarily the be-all, end-all in this run. You dodged! Don't do that. Bad chef. Combo speed isn't the be-all, end-all, especially in, like, the early parts of this run where we just use a lot of weapons. Like, in the entirety of here, all we've done is use weapons and one charge attack. Like, we're going to be doing fights here, but we're going to be using chairs. When we get to the Ed fight, we're going to be using chairs. There's no point in combo speed during any of this. Which is why runners that get combo speed are bad runners. That is a shout-out. That is me firing shots. It's better to get it later when we have more fights that are hand-to-hand, but here, Chef managed and fired from his confectionery. Poor Yang. So for this one, we want to try and start and go over here and not kick that guy, but the guy with the HP bar, because he is the worst one in this entire fight. Nice. Chairs. Chairs your best friend in this entire bit. I was kind of waiting a little too much for like the perfect hit. Did you just save my backside? He actually did. Good job. And it's time for the boss fight. I love this lad. I love this lad. Look at this majestic beast. I absolutely love Ed. It's amazing that I almost had my attack buff going into Ed. That doesn't happen. What a good split. Ed is amazing. The choreography in this fight is amazing. It's time to give Ed a fear of chairs. Oops. Good. That attack meant that I could hit him. So this is the first fight that you really want to make sure you keep an eye on your HP bar. Note that we're almost down to half already. We've basically lost a third. Patience at the start of this, because Ed is going to have a couple of iframes, so don't attack straight away. Patience. Oh, he actually grabbed me. Damn you, Ed. I was trying to grab the chair at the right time to get iframes so that wouldn't have worked. Again, I didn't want to grab him, I wanted to grab the chair, because I need him to go to his next phase, and he won't until I touch him. Punch the Ed. My god, this was a good fight until then. It's a very good set piece till then. We're going to lose a bunch of time because of that. Damn it. That sucks. That really sucks. This was a very good set piece until then. Ouch. We were going to save a lot of time on this. We should have been almost out of the set piece at this point. Oh well. We're going to grab this chair here. Spin. Make sure we hit Ed during all that. Look at my HP bar. As I said, we want to make sure that we don't lose all of our HP because we're going to die if we do. To the point where I'm just going to use extreme heat because you can't die in extreme heat. Man, I could have saved so much time in that. I know I did save time still, but I could have saved so much time. I'm upset. Every chapter heals you, so you don't have to worry about healing. As long as you can get out of that without dying. Extreme heat, I haven't explained that up till this point. The reason why we're so safe with our stupid cut our defense in half strategy is the fact that extreme heat actually survives you if you lose all your HP. Provided you are in extreme heat at the time. But when you run out of HP, any hits that hit you will erase your heat bar a little faster. Either way, my trying of strategies there actually worked out kind of well. Speak to Akiyama. Rest until nighttime. So, story-wise, Heihaizi. I don't remember what it means exactly, but it's the one-child rule, and that any illegal children after the first children get deported to a different country, etc. That's going to come up later on. I'll get the actual proper definition of that for the GDQ run, but it's the most important plot point in this entire game, and I keep forgetting it. It's not good. So on base PS4, you can actually teleport using this drink. That vending machine doesn't load in quick enough on base PS4, and you can start running before you drink it. I am stuck on invisible terrain. Good. The one and only time we taxi to East Shanghai Boulevard. Because Chinese born don't officially exist in Chinese government's eye. Yeah, something like that. It's like you can only have one child and then the second one, like, is illegal or something like that. I'll get the proper definition before GDQ. Like, as I said, I kind of want to redo a all cutscene run of this, and we'll see what it's like. It'll either be an all cutscene run or I'll split it up over a couple of days. But we'll basically rewatch the entire story again. I saw most of it when Naru was doing his playthrough, but unfortunately didn't see the Heihaizi bit again. I only hit one person there? Usually you hit multiple. Wow, that's unfortunate. So again, if you don't hit... Okay, so yeah, that was not useful considering I needed to throw him. Usually this fight ends in one hit. That was multiple. We need our attack buff to last as long as possible here, so that's bad. And this is the next reason why I'm surprised the game actually managed to get into GDQ'd, honestly. This man right here. It's everybody's friend and mine. It's your local resident hangman. Called Hungman in Japanese. For obvious reasons. No, I don't know the lore on Hangman. He just lives at the bottom of Shangri-La, as you do. Wait half a second there so that Hangman doesn't hit you with the rock, causing you to have to do a QTE. Bad angle. This is not going well, the set piece. It's going very terribly. That hit, I went too far forward. That's bad, because now the other's going to hit me. So, if you get hit, you get knocked down to the ground, which is actually kind of bad. I forgot my timing for that. That's really bad, because now we get hit by multiple extra rocks. That really sucks. So instead of saving a couple of seconds, I actually lost time there. I have to go back and see what the timing was on that one because I forgot. I think I went one step too far forward. So Hangman's nice and simple. We're going to grab this barrel. We're going to use the barrel. He's going to take half his HP. Now, Hangman is the first enemy, or the first main enemy, even though he has a HP bar, that we have to worry about because he has an almost infinite combo, which, with our defense as it currently is going to kill us if he connects with it. Rather not let that happen, huh? Drop the barrel. If I can get this quadruple hit here, it's the worst angle to try and hit in the entire game. I somehow missed everybody else and only got the guy at the back. That's curious. That's very curious. All right. Over we go. We go. Grab barrel, swing barrel immediately. That guy really loves to try and hit you. So because we have a weapon, we don't have to grab the sledgehammer. You need a two-handed weapon to break through these barricades. Hence why having one hit on the drum left is ideal there, because then we can just use the drum and have it break in our hands. Yeah, we're not going to get to the bit we need to with the attack buff in time. This is bad. We might just get there, but ooh, this is a very bad set piece. The hitboxes sometimes do that, by the way. Hope to God that doesn't break your sledgehammer. So this guy has a large HP bar. You might be thinking he's a problem. He's actually not. He is when you don't kill him with a sledgehammer. I'm playing badly. There's no... Yeah, I'm just playing badly all of a sudden. Like, it's not good. So the fight that we want the attack drink for is this fight coming up here, because as you'll see, there is a guy here with a boss HP bar. Hit him once to stun him. Because if you don't hit him, that happens and you lose your really good weapon that will kill him in one hit. Here, go for Fujioka. I know there's like other enemies, but Fujioka is the one that needs to go down. Sometimes, if you're quick enough, you can have your attack buff last until the next fight, which shows how badly this this set piece has gone. We're probably losing 20, maybe even 30 seconds if the next two fights go badly. That's how terrible this is. The sledgehammer isn't for a barricade. Look who's back, somehow on the ceiling. So you can take him out in 2 hits if you get here with the CC Lemon buff still on. Really? Yep, this is terrible. We're losing a bunch of time. We're losing a lot of time. That's terrible. That's weird. The camera usually starts the other way around. Right, we just have to bounce back in a later split. It's fine. Somia. So let's try and do this quick before we lose too much time. So I'm gonna start to bleed time in a minute. So usually you don't go for the shattered bottle, you go for the table, but this is how it works out. It's not bad if you do, because the first hit of the bottle is a blunt attack, and then afterwards it's a blade, which he can't guard against with time loss. Oof. We're up against it now. You know the drill. Somia is the first boss where sometimes your light heat attacks are not going to work, by the way. So be warned that he can guard them, which is why sometimes I'll supplement with a strong attack like that. That sucks. That sucks. That was a very, very, very terrible split. Oh well. We carry on. We carry on. We power on. We just save that time elsewhere. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. We're still ahead. That's the important thing. And easy time save for next time. There's some real nasty splits in this run. The first Somia split was very good. The second Somia split was not so good. So, we get news at this point that Hirose has taken Haruto. No idea why, so it's time for us to go back to Onomichi. Again, this would be a very good time for donations after summing up the plot after the end of that chapter right there. Because we have we have a small set piece coming up in a second. Speak to Nagamo. Off we go. Cool. Right, so we're going to grab a CC Lemon as soon as we get here. That's not a CC Lemon. What the hell? Bizarre. I need more than 19 hits of attack, let me tell you. I need way more than 19 hits of attack. What the hell? I did not menu that. Bizarre. Anyway, this guy in the middle, we're going to grab him, we're going to throw him. As we said, throwing enemies is disgustingly good in this game. And we're not going to leave any alive because we have to kill every enemy in this segment before it ends, and going forward does not despawn any enemies. So all the enemies you leave on this road stay on this road, and they will get glitched out and get stuck on the street corner. Nice that they stood together. In this set piece, we are going to get our upgrade or our completion for moving a certain distance. Not having had it yet means that our movement is very good. Grab bike, use bike. Everyone's backing away. They're not gonna do it. I'll do it. So this encounter here is very unfortunate. In the Dragon Engine games, outside of Like a Dragon, there is usually one enemy who glitches out and doesn't move. And in K2, it's in the finale. Here, it's in this fight. So I want to make sure I take care of them first. I'm going to hopefully leave those two to take care of him, and I'm going to go deal with this guy who breaks. One hit, guys. One hit, guys. One hit. He only needed one hit. I did all the work for you. One hit. That's all you have to do. I don't ask much from either of you, but one hit. That's it. So keep an eye out, because sometimes you get a fight spawn here, and as you can see, the road has been blocked here, and the underground bit is blocked down there, hence why you have to run all the way around. So gonna leave. We're gonna get a little bit of backstory on Kiyomi and Somia's relationship, and that they actually had a daughter together, and that daughter is currently in custody of Somia. So Kiyomi has never really seen her daughter for a very long time. And she's gonna get upset and leave. Nagamo's gonna act like a pouty little baby. And then we have to go and find Patriarch Hirose. So, damn, it didn't work. So sometimes you can get through this door early. It's very, very rare. If you don't, the quickest dialogue option to get through here is Nagamo, even though Nagamo is the incorrect option. But it doesn't matter which option you pick, because all you need to do is be able to get out, and you can go to the correct option. So, we have to find where Patriarch Hirose is gone, and the only place that has a clue as to where he's gone is the office. That's a bad fight spawn. We're going to despawn that. A little unfortunate, but if I grab this CC Lemon now because of this despawn, I don't have to go out of my way to grab a CC Lemon in a little bit. This one should last just long enough for the fight that we need it to last for. In here, walk around in first person. It's a lot easier to walk around than in third person because of where the table is. There you go. Again, some cutscenes aren't skippable like that one. As soon as we get out here, here comes a fight. This is not the fight that we want to be attacked off for, but we obviously do want an attack before this fight. So we found a matchbox that had the name of a local club on it, so we're going to go over there. I thought he had less health than that. I should have done a dash attack. Oh well, never mind. With that, they're going to run off, and we're going to head over to Snack Hourglass, which is down this way. It's down the little alleyway down here. Going to run around here. A quicker way to get to it other than run to it, and because we have the drink buff early, we don't have to go to that vending machine there. Again, a great time if there's a taxi driving on by. If there's a taxi driving on by, it's very nice. Alright, so here we're going to get into a boss fight. This is Koshimizu. You saw him very, very briefly earlier in a cutscene about an hour ago. He is the second in command of the Yomei Alliance. What I'm going to do is, for damage purposes, I'm going to hit him once. This is for damage threshold stuff. Run over here and grab this bike. Hit him once. Hit him again. Successfully perform QTE, so we don't get stabbed and lose bike. And then use said bike. Better. Much better. Lovely. And that's the end of the chapter. So, every time a chapter changes over, you actually lose whatever drink that you have, hence why we can't keep our CC Lemon, unfortunately. Also, it's so very casually revealed that the father of Haruka's baby Haruto is actually Yuta. At this point, Kiryu's angry, and Yuta knows he fucked up. So, we've got a fight coming up here. Master Zoe's here as well. Against a whole bunch of mysterious people. The cutscene after this one is Rugby Baby. We obviously won't be watching it here, but if it gets met at GDQ, we'll be watching it right here. So an hour and a half in. Good first hit. That guy on the left, I was going to say, needs to come over. So the exception to the free hit on every weapon rule is benches. I didn't kill. Shame. That didn't kill. Benches start with 3 hits, then they break and you get another 3 hits. Henceforth, benches have 6 hits to them. And of course, a good-looking lad, Juki-Han, leader of the Jinmon Mafia. Got a bone to pick with us still after the events of K2. Good 3 hits. He usually blocks the second and third hit, but because I attacked fast enough, he didn't have the time to do that. And we keep our bench through the fight transition. Usually, you don't get the bench knocked out of your hand. That'll do. It's a couple of seconds, which is fine. Not great, but it's fine. Either way, the Jinwon have Haruto. Yuta somehow lost the baby. Damn it, Yuta. And Froob is going to remember to actually take the taxi here, for once. Yes. Because we have to go back to the Hirose family office, so the quickest way is obviously to taxi across the city. At this point, Yuta starts acting like a petulant little child, and Kiryu punches him through the door. Before Nagamo does. It's time for us to go and get Haruto back, which is going to lead into our next big set piece. I just want to wonder if I want to try... I might try a new strat here and level up. I don't need the drink level up here, but I'm going to go grab it anyway. Usually I don't do this level up here, but this should make the end fight of this go a lot quicker. Careful not to go too far and cancel that drink out, because you need it. I did have good movement there, so I shouldn't have done, but I just wanted to make sure. Whenever I'm ahead or whenever I'm doing a marathon run, I will never run too far ahead there. Just in case. We'll see what that's like, what this upgrade is like here, because I've always been curious about doing the one at the start here. Now, combo speed here is not too bad, because we do have a lot of fights here where we will be actually using our fists. But also, throwing enemies, because as you already know, throwing enemies is disgustingly strong. Takashiro, I need you not to kill the guy I was going to try and throw. You want to take care of that guy? Cool. Excuse me. Barriers take 4 punches or 3 hits with a weapon, so you can grab that cone and do 3 hits. It's a little out of the way. You might see me in a minute use a weapon to break barricades instead. And hopefully we get no shenanigans here, because this set piece can cause shenanigans. Hopefully everybody else goes for the other group of enemies, because us and Takashiro can actually take care of these enemies. Lovely. If you have 2 of your NPC allies come with you, usually they won't take care of that fight spawn in time. Here we're going to do something stupid and dodge before we go down there, because sometimes it can make you fall to the ground a lot faster. The danger is you can fall in the water and die. Alright, this is going to leave us with 1 hit left of this weapon, which we're going to use immediately at the start here. This guy's going to kick down explosive barrels until we take care of a certain number of enemies, then he's going to jump down himself. Hopefully he will only throw down 1 barrel, and that will happen if we're quick enough. So let's be quick enough. Say, usually you can get more enemies than this, but everyone's kind of away from each other. I'm waiting for him to drop down because, yep, blow up. Shame. Not too bad though. It would have been hilarious. Unfortunately, that blew up the weapon that's next to this. Usually there's a singular cone that sits next to this barricade, but because the explosive barrel was over here, it blew it up, which means we're going to have to do the 5 hits to break this rather than 3. What I really like about this game is that over the course of the entire game, Kiryu just gets angrier and angrier and angrier. And it just culminates towards the end. So instead of that taking 3 hits, it's going to take 5, and then we're going to go up here, and this is where we're hoping that there are no shenanigans. So, all the enemies here, for some reason, stand next to this giant explosive barrel. That's not going to kill them. That might. Oh god, might kill me. Got lucky with that. Because it ended up behind the barricade. Usually... Oh, I didn't realize the knife was there. I could have taken that. Usually, the first barrel there will kill them, but it got dislodged to the side, so I had to use the second. And then the third, thankfully, was really off. Careful there, going at an angle, because if you fall in the water, you die. Even though that angle is a bad angle that I take, I usually do that as a just in case, you know, I don't want to die here. If the gun lands at a good angle there, you can use the gun, 3 shots, and then throwing it will kill all the enemies, but obviously it didn't land at a good angle, and you can't take weapons up ladders in this. Unlike K2, you can't store weapons either, so we will not be utilizing that either. Inside, this is more of a brawler, and again, we want to hope for a good barrel here that explodes the big one in the middle, so hopefully we aim to the right and hit those. Very good, that's gonna do it. Hopefully we get a second explosion in this. Good, so that takes care of some other enemies. And then in this bit, we're going to hopefully grab one of the guns on the floor. You have to be a little careful with the guns because you can attack as soon as you pick it up, which does mean that you actually, does mean you can actually shoot the ground. Hence why it's a little weird when you're like behind enemies or you have enemies between you like that. This is very good considering how much attack buff we've got left. So because we have a lot of attack buff left, what we're going to do is we're going to run past Yun here, grab an explosive barrel, and miss, and then have it explode! Usually you use it as a weapon. Because this is unfortunate, because I don't want to use my extreme heat before the next fight. Hello. I also did not want to die. So... Actually, this is fine, because a charge kick will give me the extreme heat that I need for the start of this fight. Now, it would be a good idea for me to heal before this next fight starts. Because I'm probably going to take more damage than this in this entire fight. Actually, I could risk it. I've got a plan. Hello, my friend. I think our attack buff is going to run out, unfortunately. Usually you don't have the attack buff going into this fight anyway, which, understandable. Ooh. Actually got one hit off with it. Don't guard, don't guard. Nice. Got a good one as well. So this is the longest one, but it also does the most damage. QTE, if we do it successfully here, will give us enough heat to go straight back into our extreme heat. Chunky sound effect. Beautiful Jungi hand fight. Could not have asked for better. Didn't even have to heal. Jungi hand would have killed me in 2 hits. By the way. just putting that out there. I love taking risks with this run. This run is sadistic. I love this run so much. I really love this run a lot. So, we find out that Tatsukawa was actually the one that hit Haruka with the car. He panicked because, obviously, it was Yuta's baby. And here's the other problem. Yuta is a Heihachi for Big Lo, who we met earlier, the leader of the Saiyao Triad. Now, because he is technically an heir to the Saiyao Triad, that's why they are constantly going to be going after Haruto, because Haruto is technically the heir to the Saiyao Triad, because Jimmy Lo, well, Yuta is because Jimmy Lo, his other son, is now dead thanks to Ed. This is all Jimmy Lo's fault, as you'll find out going through this game. God damn it, Jimmy Lo. Go taxi! Go taxi here would be fantastic! No, that's no God taxi. Alright, no God taxi this run. Cool. Oh, that happens. So we're gonna head back with Yuta to Kamurocho. He wants to go and speak to Daddy Dearest. You know, I was right. I knew that added a taxi point to the bottom of the list at some point, and it bloody well did. Huh, I wonder which one it adds. Because it always used to be up by 3 up until this point, now it's up by 4. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, so, we are heading back to Kamurocho, and hey, guess what? We're back in Kamurocho. So, we're going to leave Haruto with the one person that we know does well at babysitting. Date. You know, that Date who let Haruka get kidnapped 3 times in a single game. The one that has, you know, parental issues. Good choice. So, Yuta is a dumbass. Yuta decides that he's going to go and get drunk and then go and speak to his old man. Now, here's the problem with Little Asia. The entire place is made out of wood. And one of the bottles of alcohol that Yuta has isn't alcohol. It's gasoline. Yuta's grand idea is to set fire to the entirety of Little Asia while him and Big Lo are still inside of it. He thinks that by doing that, the Saiyao Triad won't go after Haruto anymore. Despite the fact that at that point, the heir to the Saiyao Triad would be Haruto. What an idiot. Either way, here comes our next big set piece, and thanks to PS4 Pro and PS5, you get to see this drop game. Good stuff. Grab this guy. We're going to try and throw him and take care of as many enemies as possible, because again, throwing enemies in this game is disgustingly overpowered. And it's great. Knew he was going to do that. Remember how barricades take 5 hits to go down? There's your exception to the rule. There is always exceptions to every rule in the Yakuza runs. That one only takes 3. Grab chair, use chair, get as many as possible, but especially get the guy with the large HP bar. I don't like the guy who's running away behind me. He has more HP than this guy, so we'll get him. Oh no, that's unfortunate. So something that I didn't mention at the start of the game is that the Star Triad enemies actually have more attack and dodge than most of the enemies in the game itself. And then there's this guy with a machine gun. So machine guns you can't actually use yourself, so it breaks upon hitting the floor. Please don't hit me. I knew you were gonna. Now, the important thing about him doing that is that the chair that he just broke is not going to be there for this fight. Ed, the building's on fire. Why are you in your office? Alright, Ed. Once again, PTSD of chairs for Ed. We're going to run into the fire. Grab this chair. Hit Ed once. Ed's going to get angry. And we're going to hit him again. Boom. Only the best of hardware get to see. Yup. PC and Xbox will get to see it as well. Alright. And with that, gonna head upstairs, and we're also gonna find Yuta inside of the most burningest part of the building. Burningest? Burniest? Burn? On fireest? The most on fire part of the building. Very pretty particle effects. Very pretty effects when we punch Yuta in the face as well. Time to teach Yuta a lesson the only way we know how. God damn it, look, as long as you buy it and support the series, that's all I care about. Don't grab this vase. Hit Yuta once. Unfortunately, I hit him the wrong way. Hit him again. Good, he didn't guard. We got there just in time. Fieriest? Yeah. What are the particle effects in this fight? It's so beautiful. I love this engine. So Yuta's on 1 hit left. Yuta's about to scream like an idiot because he thinks that'll make him stronger. It's going to leave him open to an attack. Now he has about 3 or 4 seconds of iframes here. So wait. 1, 2. Easy fight. Fun fact, there's a bike in this fight. You might be looking at me right now and saying, Froob, you're crazy. There's no bike in there. There's a bike under the desk. I'm not joking. There is a glitched bike under the desk. It's hard to hit it, but if you use extreme heat and start swinging with square at the right angle, Kiryu will grab this out-of-bounds bike and use it. It's slow, hence why we don't use it, but there's a glitched out bike in that room. I don't know why. I don't know why. This is the penultimate chapter of the game. Only got about 40 minutes left, but it's the penultimate chapter. So, that's Jimmy Lowe. Fuck you, Jimmy Lowe. Or in GDQ, darn you, Jimmy Lowe. He is the one that caused all of this. Jimmy Lowe was the one who decided to set Little Asia on fire at the beginning of the game so that the Cybertrad could take a foothold into Japan. It's the thing that kicked off all the events of this game, and it is also Daddy Issues the game, because he just wanted Daddy Lowe to take notice of him. And now he's dead because of Ed. So... Oh no, wait, that was Tatsuka. He's dead because of the, Tojo clan. Hence why they were going to go to war. Sorry. Ed wouldn't kill Jimmy, though. He's actually with the Cybertrad. Got that wrong. But that's why Ed killed Tatsuka, was Ed went on a rampage to try and find the guy who killed Jimmy Lowe, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill, just Daddy Issues. Daddy Issues, the video game. What was I gonna say? Oh, Donomichi. This will be the last time we're in Donomichi. So there's a bit coming up here that's going to be a little loud. I can't do anything about it because I'm playing the video game, so you might want to lower your volume just a little wee bit right now. There's some dude standing in the middle of the street. You can tell what's probably about to happen. But there's going to be a very loud truck that passes on through, so yeah, you might want to turn your volume down just a wee little bit until the mid-fight QTE. Because there's nothing I can do about it, because right now I gotta throw one of these guys into that guy with the gun. You can't grab the guy with the gun at the start of this fight, because for some reason he has iframes. This is the loud bit. What? Hello? Thank good. That guy that just jumped off the truck has an infinite combo. Kill him. Grab sign, use sign, it'll take 2 hits. Also take care of the gun guy, because the gun guy is probably... Gun guy's dead. Neat! Usually gun guy survives the throw. Yo, good fight. Good fight. Alright, you can turn your volume back up now. Very good fight. Yo, very sick. Nice, we like this. Alright, so. Bad fight spawn. Good. Should be fine. Bye, lads. Good. Okay. We're not going to despawn because the trigger for the next bit is, like, in the middle of this road. For the 4th and final time, we are about to go and fight Nagamo, who can't believe that President Hirose is the one guarding the secret of Onomichi. Now, Nagamo is the boss you fight the most in this game. 4 times. Everybody else is either 2 or 3, and then only 3 people have 1 fight. So... Nagamo is one of these weird fights in that he won't go to second phase until you come out of extreme heat. So that's what we're gonna do. I might be wondering, Fruit, why did you leave him with HP? You can see it right there. Run to the right, extreme heat, and wallop. That do be why. Electric scooters, as I said earlier, your big damage dealers in any Yakuza game. You cannot pick those up unless you are in extreme heat. Again, I wanted the guy, not the flower pot. That's a shame. Sometimes you can get that. That's also a shame. Sometimes I use a running attack there, which is probably the smarter of the choices in this fight, honestly. Y'all did nothing with Yoshi. Unbelievable. Evading them taxes. Other than headbutting someone, yeah, true. So, to find the secret of Onomichi, Bigelow has given us a code. It is a cipher. We have to go and discover what this code actually is. There are 9 letters and 9 numbers. There are also 9 poem stones around Onomichi, which means, yes, we're gonna go find all 9 poem stones. This is Saigo. He's an old friend if you've ever played Yakuza 4 and 5. He wants a bento. No, he's your second of your requirements for Amon. So, you don't have to do all sub-stories in this game. All you have to do is 3 fights against Saigo, 3 fights against Sadachi, and then the Amon fight unlocks. It's one of the earliest Amon fights in the entire series. Usually, I offer the Amon fight as an incentive to these online marathons, but, hasn't been going well lately during online marathons, so no. I still remember what happened at ESA. I'm not happy. I'm very not happy. That was a bad fight. That was a terrible fight and has left me deeply scarred. Which is a shame because I consider 6's Amon to be the easiest Amon of the series. Well, 7's notwithstanding at this point. Well, 7's not true Amon. Let's make that distinction right now before somebody gets the wrong idea. Oh yeah, you have to do you have to do one set piece, one sub story with Kiryu in Kamurocho because it's in the way of spawning Sadachi after you beat him 3 times. Kind of hilarious. But in this game, the only thing you need to do is 3 Sadachi fights, 3 Saigo fights, then you do a final fight with both of them, the 1 sub-story with Kiryu, and that's it. It's the quickest and easiest Amon unlock of the entire series. I could honestly probably fight Amon as is at this point, but obviously, because like an Amon percent would be very interesting to do in Yakuza 6. I feel like, it's not skippable, I know it's not skippable. I feel like Amon percent would be actually legit in this game, considering it would require a lot of healing items. Very early on. Please no bad fight spawn. Bad fight spawn going the correct way. Ooh, we like to see that. Perfect. Alright, so we're gonna hope for, again, another God Taxi when we get down here. Not straight away, because one of the poem stones is in the middle of the street. When we get to the middle of the street, there's going to be some traffic, and so that traffic's also going to kind of blockade itself in the middle of the street. So I'm really hoping that the actual fight itself will, or the taxi itself will actually spawn there, because it's too slow to go back to that taxi. No taxi. You can tell from this part if the taxi's going to be there or not. Is that one further down the street? It is. Cheeky. Cheeky. Yeah, everyone was doing Baba puns and bear puns during the Yakuza 5 run, Lugu. You would have had a field day banning people. It was a bad run. So the reason why we got Green Dakar is that Green Dakar lasts longer than Poseidon Power, and this should be the last poem stone. If we've messed up, we're about to find out. And if I've messed up, I don't know which one I'll have forgotten. Can you do me a favor and shut my door? Thank you. Just fully, thank you. People don't know when to shut the fuck up. Alright, and Kubo. One of the taxi spots disappeared off the map. Curious, one might say. Huh, interesting. Right, here comes the point where... Okay, so this is the weird part. The game can crash here. Which is really weird because the game doesn't crash here on base PS4 Pro, but does on base PS4. So you'd think it wouldn't on PS5, but it do. So if it crashes here, that's run over. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a safety save for GDQ right here. Okay, didn't crash. Cool. For some reason, that cutscene never loads. Shrug emoji. One of them there God Taxis here would be real appreciated, if you know what I mean. The game doesn't know what I mean. Mind, excuse me, I'm in a hurry. Hey, let's taxi to the right place this time and not the cemetery. I always thought it was the bottom option, but it isn't the bottom option for some reason. I guess it's because we're taking this taxi. Which option is it? It's the first. It's the first option. Of course it is. Because this taxi is always the first option, but it isn't this time. I forgot to level up. Doodly 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 dee. Where are we? No. That ain't right. Just in case. We shouldn't need combo speed 2, but it's a just in case things go horribly wrong. Cool. So, this is one of the hardest set pieces in the entire game. It's very, very hard to do quickly, and it's also very hard because we have exceptionally lots of chances to die. We're probably going to be taking a couple of healing items at multiple points during this one. This is where enemies start to kill us in 3 hits. I'm surprised that actually worked against him. No, large lad. You don't get to kill me. I wanted the barrel. Don't ask what just happened, because I don't know. All of you. I want this guy. He's got most HP. Cola guy.
Dude, what? It's been 3 months. Time goes fast, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Cola guy, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate it. I also appreciate Nagamo taking that guy out. Actually, I think that was Nagamo. It might have been Matsunaga. I wasn't paying attention. Takashira, please get out of the way so I stop bouncing off you. Bud. Cool. But you're up against the clock here because you need this attack buff to last as long as possible. We need it to last until the very end of the set piece. We basically need it for 1 QTE. And we can only get that QTE if we go fast enough. Doesn't crash the whole console like another game in the series. Boy, we love you, Dead Souls, don't we? Hello, everybody. Alright, it's good. It's all good. So here again, this is one of the worst throws in the game because you have to be in the middle. I made that look a lot easier than it actually is. You have to be in the middle because, hello? I'm the guy. Otherwise, Nagamo, no! Nice, I wanted to hit him. Hopefully they take care of that guy. That's bad. I got shifted over because of the, guys. Because of the bodies. Guys. And Color Guy, thank you for 3 months. I do appreciate it. Hopefully we slide. Good slide. Also, you can tell we've lost almost a third of our HP, and we're barely even halfway through the set piece yet. So, fun fact about this fight on base PS4, you lose all your FPS in this courtyard, but you don't on base PS4 or PS5! Fruit went from hating this courtyard to loving this courtyard. Oh, everyone's come over here. That's the good stuff. So now I get to use these barrels. Come on, lads. I want the large lads. Sakaguchi. Sakaguchi. I hate you, Sakaguchi. Matsunaga. Just one go. I was actually okay, despite that. Down we go into the belly of the beast. I really wanted this guy with that hit. My angle was bad. Decent. Again, Dragon Engine, your AI actually helps you out quite a fair bit. It's nice. It's very nice. The set piece is going okay so far. And you can see that we're at half HP now. We have lost a third of our HP since the big open area. And unfortunately, the bit where we can die is coming up right now. So, now we get to a slight horror section where we're going to run through these tunnels. Usually you don't have the hammer at this bit. So I guess I will use this hammer. Or not. So you usually grab a knife and bring it down here. Because as you can probably tell, knife users are dangerous. Hence why we're going to become a knife user. Takashira, bud, you gotta stop doing this. And this, thankfully, is the QTE you need the attack buff for. So we got here with plenty of time to spare. If you are a bit squeamish, I would suggest looking away for a second. Ouch. That guy only goes down in one hit if you have your attack buff still on. Right, coming up next is... It's actually really nice that we have our attack buff still here, because we're coming up to a very nasty courtyard fight, and looking at the state of our HP, this is probably a heal coming up. That or using my extreme heat. What we're going to do on the way down, thanks to the push, we're going to grab the cone. We're going to grab Selfless Infinity. This is the best best health drink in the game. And now, hopefully, that guy on the left, we take him out in 2 hits. So, 1, 2. Unfortunate. Remember wondering why I extremed? I extremed so that I don't die. Texture, one hit. My dude, come on, help me out here. Just one hit. Unfortunately, we don't get our attack buff into the boss fight. Now, this boss fight will kill us in 3 hits, and right now, we're 1 hit from death. I'm not healing. Because the first phase of this fight should go the same way each time. We're going to start with a charge attack. It's going to stun Hirose for a second, use our extreme heat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to block the first one. Yep. Straight into a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hope for the long one. Nice. Good stuff. If I fail any of these QTEs, I die. We're doing extreme stupid strats here to save time. This would be the most embarrassing death. So on the last one, keep your eyes open. I'm going to be running backwards because you will see the ghost of Christmas past. I'm just kidding, it's Hirose. Hirose has one more mid-fight QTE that we need him to go through before the fight will end. No, no, no! Fight, QTE, Hirose! Where is the QTE? I'm losing so much time! Man, I lost 30 seconds to this split. You're kidding me. I thought this was a good set piece. Oh, damn. My PB there is disgusting. And now for 45 minutes of exposition about a boat. I hear yelling. Cool. Hopefully y'all don't hear yelling. Boats are important. It is the Yamato Mark II, which if you know your boats, it's kind of an important boat. I'm gonna throw Tap in the shit at this point, and I'm just gonna joke around and say, hey Tap, tell me about the 45 minutes about this boat. I hope Tap just says it's a boat. I really hope so. that's all you can say, just sum that up, is just, it's a boat. It's a very important boat. But it's a boat. I'd probably throw it over to donations after we said it's a boat. Once we run to go and see Somiya here.
Oh my god.
It's a boat. Argik! Hello! Good afternoon. This is a weird time of day. Hope you're doing well. You're potentially about to see a new world record in the Yakuza 6. The 6 of the Jacuzzis. It is an early through, yes. I'll be doing a late through later on, but I felt like an early through because I had to be up to look after the dog anyway. And the dog was asleep the entire time. That's bad. That might get me glitched into a fight. Don't you do it. Good. So the weird thing is, there's actually a fight spawn we just ran through. It's invisible. For some reason, sometimes it goes off, sometimes it doesn't. Either way, enjoy the pretty cutscene. I need to grab my drink. Hold on. Either way, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. How was Hades? Yep, if this run actually goes all the way through and then is ahead, this will be new world record. We're looking at potentially cutting the sub 220 as well, which would be oh so very nice. There is one potential big crash that can still happen though, so I am a little worried. I wanted the bike, not the man, but you know what? The man works as well. That's why I wanted the bike. So, fun fact, if you're holding a weapon here and it goes into these transitions, your weapon gets healed. Hence why this bike now has 3 hits on it instead of 1. Very nice. And that's the Dragon Engine, where if you get too close to an enemy with a weapon, it will just break. I'm a little upset. Because that bike is the quick way through this set piece. It respawns here. trouble is, there's a boss next to it. Hello. Please don't hit me. Okay, cool. Actually, if you hit me there, now please don't hit me. Good. And now we run down and deal with everybody else. Okay, first kick. Terrible next hit. Usually your allies help out a little bit here. Usually. Usually. Please. Either way with that, that's the end of our Onamichi adventure. We're going back to Kamurocho for the final time. Free win streak, you've got to run complete with all weapons. Yo, nice. I still need to get a win with the default sword of all things, but also the bow. I have still not found a decent setup for the bow just yet. Weirdly enough, I think my favorite weapon is either fist or shield. I really like both. So even though you can taxi now to Kamurocho, you have to go via this one for the story to carry on. Hence why we go back to the apartment. You're not a fan of it? Yeah. I feel like I don't feel like it's against like the flow of the game, because I think you can get like really good setups with the bow. I don't like the bow's special. And I know you can change it obviously with like the different bows, but I still don't like any of them. What the flippin' heck was that sound? Someone's trying to break into my room. The heck? Alright, so coming up next is going to be a very long set piece. We've got all of our upgrades already, so we're going to grab the CC lemon. It's okay, it didn't finish, but the actual drink goes with you through the elevator. Thank God for that. Drink the drink, Kiryu. Oh, you have to be away from any confirmation triggers. That's why it gets erased. This will last a tiny bit longer now. Axis bow build from yesterday, destroy the game with it. I should. I need some ideas of who to go for the bow stuff. Spooky scare skeletons in my non-existent closet. Is that where my non-existent clothes live instead of on top of a box? So this fight is a little hard to see who's who, so, you know, grab an enemy and throw an enemy and see how many enemies you hit. This guy's got the most HP. Move away from the wall so we don't hit the wall. Someone like to go for the guy with 1 HP? No, fine, I'll do it. Sure. We're going to hit this guy with the large HP bar, and then hit this guy with the large HP bar. It's going to cause the others to hopefully deal with them a little faster. Hopefully. Seki at the back there is the guy that you have to worry about the most here. Wow, he actually didn't get hit by that. Dragon Engine Shenanigans. There's some interesting things that are happening in these set pieces. Really? Okay. Well, I'll just use you for the others then. Yuta, he's dead. Actually, he's not. Interesting. I don't know why this lad's trying to walk up on me. Alright, well, this is going horribly. I should have left him for Akiyama, but Akiyama missed. It was just sitting in the air. Thought it's honestly fun to spam. Yeah, I need to like. I've only got 3 clears in Hades so far. 1 with shield, 1 with fists, 1 with gun. Everything else I need to get a clear with. So bow and spear, I think. Right, please stay there. Grenade strats. Oh, good kick. That'll get them. Yeah. So grenade strats involve you throwing a grenade and hoping everybody explodes. Usually doesn't happen. So this is the horrible room, because those 2 kinds of rocket launchers at the end of the room there can actually keep you infinitely stun locked. And so I'm just going to run and punch them. Eee. Start with the grenade. No. These two actually did start helping for once. Lately, they've not been helping here, which is a problem. Grab a chair. Hopefully, we'll take care of all three of them in 3 hits. Unfortunately, Yamaura here likes to guard. Oh, you are unhelpful, friend. You want to come out of this fight without holding a weapon, basically. You're just about to do something stupid. As you do. So the reason why you want to go into this room without a weapon is because we've got a weapon right in front of us. 2, to be precise. We have a table and a set of chairs. Grab either one and swing! Shame this guy didn't walk forward quick enough. Oh, well, oops, forgot I can skip this. And off we go. Shame there's no quixotic armor here. And now we get a lovely throwback to Yakuza 3. Is it a Tuesday? I don't know what day it is. I've lost track. It is a Tuesday. It is indeed a Tuesday. We can't skip this, but it's cool anyway. Yeah, these windows get replaced a lot. Taco Tuesday? Actually, it's Pasta Bake Tuesday, but I understand where you went wrong. I wish it was Taco Tuesday. Oh, look at him get hit by that. Oh, hey! Large lads throwing their weight around. Staple of the Yakuza series. Hide behind the pillar so you don't get hit by the helicopter and die. I'm doing very well in regards to my attack buff right here. This is a good sign. Very nice. Very, very nice. It's another one of those kicks that's really hard to get off. This is going exceptionally well right now. That one's easier because they walk together. I don't know what's up with old Dancing Joe over there. Just constantly dancing. One Inamoto here. Out of all the enemies here, he has to go down most. You're not dead. I'm behind a pillar, doesn't matter which one. Just get behind one. Now, there is a skip coming up in a little bit. If you do this skip, you can save about 10-15 seconds. If you fail this skip, you lose 7 minutes. I'd rather not lose 7 minutes. So I will not be trying it. Oh wow, Granko died. Interesting. Sir, don't do that. Get out of here. Oh, he pushed him over a little bit. That's worrying. This was a mistake. Alright, so I'm going to try grenade strats here again. Grenade strats can make this go a little faster. But it might make me a bit delayed for the start of this fight. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Throw a grenade. Hopefully blow them all up. Well, most of them. Not bad. Say hello to this cutie, which we're going to intentionally fail. Because it's quicker. It gives us a bit of damage, so we do have to be a little careful here. This is the skip, so... Oh, the camera was turned around, we're not getting it. Here's the thing, you have to hit these two with this love seat towards the barricade there. Oh my god, he was going to kill me. This man was actually about to kill me. Oh, we might. Oh, we might. Oh, dear. So if that last hit with the love seat hits the barricade when its HP value comes up, you can run straight away. And as long as you run fast enough, you skip past all of these bullets from the helicopter. I do not recommend it. I do not recommend it in the slightest. If you hit that heat attack on the right frame there, you can spawn 2 helicopters. Now, there's a very nasty little glitch in this bit on base PS4. I don't know if it happens on PS4 Pro or PS5. I'm going to wait here for a second. to hope that this trigger loads in. This trigger sometimes doesn't load in on base PS4, which if it doesn't, that costs you 7 minutes. I'm going to make sure that I have a safety save on the other side of here for GDQ just in case. Either way, Somia 3. Hardest Somia fight, one of the hardest fights in the game. We have a set way of doing this fight. I do quite like this fight. Amazing fight music as well. Start with a charge attack. Extreme. He's probably going to guard the first time. Go into it again. Hopefully the long one. Kick him to go into the next phase. Kick him next phase. Good fight. You have to be careful at the start of this next phase. When you go into extreme heat, Kiryu will sometimes grab those bar stools on the right, and they are terrible. He's probably a bit close to them at this point. Nope. That is an absolutely beautiful Somia 3. Absolutely beautiful. Very good fight. Exceptionally good fight. No, it's not a chapter change, so any HP that you've lost at this point, you are going into this next fight with, and this is a very nasty fight. So here's what we're going to do. If you're low on HP at this point, you can go to the Wild Jackson, or obviously use some healing items. Once again, remember, I bought 10 bentos and I've used none of them for healing. This has been a very, very good run. Considering we have half our defense and we die in 3 hits at this point, this has been a very, very good run. Our final CC lemon of the run. Off we go. Gameplay recording blocked! Because we entered the finale. Always happens. Right. Here he is again, Koshimizu 2. The only fight in the entire game to have 2 phases. Hopefully this goes well, because we're looking at cutting the sub 220. Phase 1 done. Now this leaves us without extreme heat for the next part, which is kind of worrying. Because the next part is the dangerous part and could kill me. Charge that attack. That's bad, just in case. Usually I don't, but just in case. Good fight. Little worrying, but good fight. And the last fight goes very much the same way that it always goes. This is highly likely the sub 220. Good stuff. Alright. Final boss. Time for Whammy Jr. I told you we'd be punching him at some point, didn't I? So let's fight the same way. Running attack. Extreme heat. He bounces. Successfully do the mid-fight QTE. It's gonna do a bunch of damage. Boop. Sub 220, baby. Let's go. Good run. Exceptionally good run. Look at that.